Yes, what's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of BoomJamGaming with Vampyr and special guest, my bestie's Pulpy Sarah. Everyone else is asleep and I didn't feel good just leaving her outside of my room. So she's in here with me today. Anyway, give me a second to find my own stream and pet this beautiful Pulpy. Because I love her so much, and yes, I don't have a face cam, so none of you can see how perfect she is. But she is a perfect baby. The only problem is she's shedding literally everywhere. Need a lint roller for this dog. Like, I swear. She's a good dog. She's an excellent, perfect, pulpy baby. But she definitely needs... Like I said, I definitely need, like, a lint roller. Lint roller for baby. Pulpy, pulpy, baby, 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 pulpy. She's a perfect pulpy baby. I love her so much. But, oh my goodness, shady dog. I need to vacuum the shit out of my room. As if I wasn't, producing enough hair. This dog truly is the shediest dog in all of the whole wide world. But I love her so much. I love her so much, that's why she's hanging out with me. Because I love her. And maybe after this episode, I take her out for a little exercise. Her tail is wagging. Oh, yes, that tail is wagging. Happy, happy puppy. Happy puppy baby. Alright, now. So, to the docks. Haven't been to the docks in a while. I hope everything is going to be okay.
Go back home, idiot! Sir, step away! Better turn around if I... Die,
There we go. Tricked them into fighting, which is all I really want at the end of the day. Go. Ta-da! And he's gone. Precious baby. Did always keeps her tail moving. She likes to hear her own name. She likes to know she's being talked about and loved. I love that baby.
This is Ascalon's domain.
You know, I have permission now. Lord Hamilton? Hilton Stock? Whatever your fucking name is.
Die!
Hiltfordshire. Lord Haagen-Dazs. My nose is a little stuffy, and sometimes I'm worried that I'm allergic to this beautiful dog. Sucks to be that guy. She's very good. She's not reacting to the barking dogs at all. Sarah, you're a very good girl. Yeah, there's dogs barking outside and you're not reacting. Oh, that's a good girl. This is hilarious.
Turn around, sir. Are you
Turn around, every now and then I feel never come around. Could have been your friend. Could have been your friend. He thought about it. He looked at me, he thought about it, and was like, nah, I can take him. Really interesting exchange. Some of them before were clearly wearing clothes. This one doesn't appear to be. Resistance to physical attacks my ass. Origin of the skulls. It has been established for some time now that skull is the vernacular term of a different species of lesser blood drinkers. A skull often seems to be the victim of a vampire attack and miraculously survived death and came back as a crooked version of its maker. According to many observations made by the Order throughout the centuries, skulls are generally despised and killed by vampires who consider them lesser and despicable creatures. The name itself means slave. They've also been called Sakaliba, Arabic, Sclavus, Latin, or Sclavanoi, Greek. This shows how old these creatures are and how their makers perceive them. This may be why skulls often tend to form small and discrete communities that stick together. It's also interesting to note that skulls seem to call themselves this way, as if they have accepted for a long time their status as inferior servants among vampires. It is more difficult for a skull to hide its monstrous nature: pale skin, terrible teeth, strange emaciation, dilated staring pupils. Many have lost all hair, and they show wounds and scars which stay open without ever completely healing. Hello. They also seem capable of surviving by eating the flesh of the dead, while vampires need blood from living. They may be the real origin of the mythical figure of the ghoul, the folklore creature who lurks in cemeteries and feeds from the dead. A skull is a miserable creature. Most of the time, they fear to be seen by both humans and vampires. In some regions, older skulls have been witnessed nearby vampires as servants or slaves, obtaining protection by sacrificing their freedom. Most of the skulls are descended from econs and show humanoid silhouettes. Much more uncommon, some present a more canine aspect and behave like wolves. They are sometimes called volpes in ancient texts. At least a third type exists in the shape of a bird or bat. They are called corvus. William Marshall himself referred to 3 times to some bat-shaped creatures he called vampire in his memoirs. Other types may exist, unknown or unidentified for now. From Drinking of the Fountain of Knowledge by Usher Talltree, Primate of St. Paul. Oh, look at all the lore I have collected. I have so many knowledge. So many knowledge.
It's locked, all right.
Sean Hampton's Night Shelter. A burnt letter. Miss Paxton, I recently heard that Hampton Shelter for months and money or support of any kind. Without a positive answer for you, my boys will always get with it, except for a no for an answer. Keep on refusing to answer me, and what woes come with you and your sister.
I cannot enter.
Bomb exploded just after dawn in front of Dawson & Dawson Munitions Factory. Largest employer in the district. Well, that would have been great.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I understand your fight, but the gangs are no joke. Are you sure you're safe?
I can defend myself. My only concern is about Giselle. I'm not sure my sister is able to fight anymore.
Goodbye, Miss Pack.
You again? What do you want?
Do you have...
The place is all right, I suppose.
Well, I'll leave...
Okay. Skibbity beep beep. And she's about to take a nap. My puppy is right here. And she's a very good girl. But she's starting to breathe the nap away. She's like... She's a very good girl. I love her so much. Best dog.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, there are other ways. Through this asylum. Yes. I shall find them. Perhaps upstairs. Okay, so I will go down and around, since there's no other way out of the building. Here we go. Monsieur Hampton. That's good. I am glad you are receiving this many options. You deserve them. Who is my baby puppy? My beautiful Sarah. She's a very sleepy puppy. I love her so much. But we gotta solve this mystery. I've gotta cure vampirism, or whatever it is that I'm doing. You that right, puppy? Yes. Baby, baby, baby pup. Enter at your own risk.
This place has been ransacked.
Shit.
They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one. No, not their style.
No, they are asleep. That is why the dog is in my room. I didn't want her to have to hang out alone. Harriet do it? Please tell me Ashbury didn't do it. There's a lot of blood.
Where is old Bridgette? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
I mean, I got here as fast as possible. The horned vampire.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is
Oh shit. No.
and anger.
I feel like it is Ashbury, and that's why she kept refusing to turn her daughter.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Terrifying.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
Morgan
The
Le Fay.
Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
Okay,
She
he
has
knows more
been
than I do.
worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this, she is a vengeful mother.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
Interesting. I am now more confused than I was.
How to put an end to this epidemic.
I am somehow more and less sure that Ashbury is somehow...
You must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Hell yeah.
Will it
I don't
be
think that
over
John
then?
Constantine's been born yet,
Once
though.
I've defeated this creature.
Or Swamp Thing. This is
Yes.
1918.
The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
You're a pain in the ass.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Fair enough.
These poor skulls didn't stand a chance.
Can Jason Blood time travel? Okay, so Etrigan can time travel? Because he needs to do things.
I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars! All of you!
I wouldn't have suspected that she would be final or near final boss.
My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone
The
else.
sewer dog,
How
the Queen?
dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature?
Because I'm a doctor.
Took my daughter from me!
I did no such thing. This is going to be the toughest fight. Because... Oh, holy shit. This was not a tough fight. Disaster Harriet.
Liars! Liars! All of them! My poor baby! Where is she now?
Well, she set herself on fire because she's a hero. The Disaster Harriet. Holy shit.
Is this a dream? Awake? Is this unreal? Is it rough? I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now?
Okay. That was awkward. Hello, the Red Queen. I'll tell you right now, I wasn't expecting to fight a god. Or whatever you are.
Feed your mother, child.
I wish I could summon minions. Well, did my best on that front. I think for New Game Plus I'll kill everyone so that I can get as much experience points as possible so that when I New Game Plus again after that I'll have as much experience as I can. At least I hope that's how it works. I don't know about that. I do believe King Arthur was the White King. And I do have his blood in me right now, so that's pretty neat.
Innocence, such guilt.
Here we go. A remarkable pump-action shotgun. Ow.
Blood, feed me, give me their lives.
Holy shit. Okay, so even though she is made of blood, I'm not getting any.
I will reap the lash. Innocence, abundance, guilt, spread the crop.
Ugh. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Just one tough puppy. Yeah, I couldn't even target the minions. Rats, please. Okay.
I have this.
A bunch of rats right now.
Of blood.
Jonathan, stop talking and start eating.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Jonathan, you need to stop being a baby. Start eating rats. Like a normal person. Oh, shit. It looked like it was at 0.
This is despicable.
I was a good mother.
You were not. shit.
They took my daughter from me!
It's bullshit. Her poison cloud is like invisible. Yeah, I was also not expecting the Red Queen to happen right after, but it makes me feel better knowing that it's not, Lady Ashbury or something. My puppy is asleep. She's a very good puppy. Delicious rats.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Need to get over this rat thing, dude.
This is despicable.
Like, correct me if I'm somehow remembering wrong, but I kicked Harriet's ass easy last time, did I not? Did I not stomp her?
I have this thirst for blood.
My poor baby! Where is she now? They took my daughter!
What the shit? Okay, so I like just can't get close to her at all. I just don't understand. The first time I fought her, it was fucking easy street. Well, hi, baby. Hello, cute baby. Who's my good girl? She's such a sweet dog. Oh, yes, you like when I rub your ears. Such a good girl. What you doing, baby? Oh, look at this smile. It's a little smile, but it's a smile.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I should have made more serums or something.
This is despicable.
Do I have any serums on my person? I have one.
I have this.
If there was a hideout nearby, you know, I'd do it, but there really isn't.
For blood.
I'd have to go pretty far back. Or do I? Yes, yes I do.
Nobody ever helped me. I've been alone.
Disaster, Harriet.
They took my daughter from me.
Okay, so biting her is not what causes it. And that's important. It's just being in proximity to her when she does that.
Nobody ever helped me. I've been alone all my life.
I'm sure someone helped you make your daughter.
My poor baby. Where is she now?
In ashes. Where I left her. There we go, there we go, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I was not ready for today.
Is this anger I feel? Is it wrath? I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now? Give me more! They are so young, so tasty!
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Eat, for this is my body.
Fuck. Hi, baby. Nullified. Oh my god. She has a sword now. Oh, no, we don't. Ow. Of course she can heal herself with my blood. Why wouldn't she? She's a vampire goddess, right?
Blood, feed me, give me their lives.
Good thing I got my stamina up. But this would be very bad. As opposed to just incredibly bad.
Such innocence, such guilt.
Nullified. Neat. Shit. I should have hit her and gotten away immediately.
Eat, for this is my body.
I need to make sure I can hit her with coagulation before I try to hit her with this. Got her. Holy shit, that was hard. Unnatural disaster.
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Okay. That was terrifying. Jonathan's just like,
You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridgette? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suascal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suascals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's all over now. The epidemic has been stopped.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridgette. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridgette Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you.
Knew it.
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
Thank you. You're a good friend. I hope that was worth a lot of experience points because, oh my god.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient, malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger.
I did call it.
Red as life and death.
For her, at
passing
least.
From one immortal to another. From predator to victim. Patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
I must have answers. Oh, that was the place she painted. It's like daytime, Jonathan. We need to get inside, bro.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Oh my god, what, dude? I don't want to talk to you.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
The horned vampire.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
Because she always was a disaster.
You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Good point.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother. My dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
So you were always
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Myrden.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
Fair.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sleep.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now on their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that
I
question?
think he did.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum.
No,
But what if it
didn't
had
sleep
been?
with her, but it's
Then
very
you would
clear
have
that the two,
failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was a vampire?
King Arthur was also your
That's
progeny.
fucking awesome.
Why
Holy
am I not
shit.
surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
That's actually really cool lore.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you should meet one night.
Cool. Thanks for being so
So that is
ambiguous,
all we
but only
are
one
to
of them.
Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil.
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child.
Cool, thanks.
I shall dream about you soon.
Thanks, Vampire Dad, you piece of shit.
It's locked. The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
This place is beautiful. Music too. Mary Englewood, born Whiteacre, 1534 to 1578. Robin Englewood, 1530 to 1578.
I cannot enter. The lady of the manor isn't expecting visitors. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
I think it was, yes. Mary and Robin Englewood. 1965. My dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter. All the good news it contained. I cannot wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The garden is beautiful under the summer sky, although I noted you wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. You're welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies, inspired by the French Maison Royale de Saint-Louis. Sadly closed with the French people chose, my God, I can't even write these words down, to cut their king's head off. Such a place, destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls, will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Countess Alexandra Somerset.
This castle is falling apart.
Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood by Johannes Vermeer, 1666. Okay, so Blackwood was that vampire that was torturing that woman, so I guess they used to be a thing. Dear Mr. McAllister, as the new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, I intend to quickly engage in the overdue maintenance and repairs of the walls and the crypt of the castle. Among the new architects I invited to send forth proposals, I was most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and their preservation. I would be glad to meet you at your convenience. My only request would be to speak to you directly and not your assistants. Any evening of next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle, or I can meet you at your office, as you prefer. If you agree to come to the castle, show you what kind of repairs and modifications I have in mind concerning the crypt, which may need considerable work and reconstruction.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside.
Aw, it's me.
Elizabeth, my love, you allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered.
Lady Ashbury in Paris, 1888. He really is. So they do show up in photographs.
That sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently. What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Huh. Portrait of Lady Ashbury by Vincent van Gogh. Portrait of Elizabeth and Jacob Blackwood in Versailles, 1788. I'll have to kill him when I find him. Bastard. Torturing that woman. Dear Lady Ashbury, I thank you for your previous letters and ardent discussions about vampire folklore. It's now obvious we share an opinion concerning scientific and modern approach toward the need for blood and the cure of addiction. I must confess I admire your charitable attitude when I met you at the Dunborough Sanitarium, and I am still impressed by your kindness when talking with humble and poor patients. I was delighted to read about the position of administrator at Pembroke Hospital. you financed since its founding. After a few days of deliberation, I'm happy to accept your offer. It'll be for me an occasion to get back to the busy streets of London after years of public service in the beautiful but far quiet of Scotland. I'll be glad to meet you there and discuss your further about immortality, its advantages and disadvantages, and how to enhance your condition. I look forward to our next meeting. Yours sincerely, Dr. Edgar Swansea. Yeah. I'm wondering if getting blood transfusions is what caused her to get diseases. I don't think it's her fault.
This painting looks suspicious.
Which painting, Jonathan? There's lots of paintings here. You have to be far more specific, my friend. There are a lot of different paintings of the same guy. Jonathan, what painting? You can't just say that. Oh. Yeah, that'll be the one. So close to the truth. I must know the secret. Time to go downstairs, I suppose. Or not, I guess. Dear Mrs. Ashbury, when last we communicated, you asked for the conveyance of a large coffin from the Temple Church, London, to the crypt of Ashbury Castle in Scotland. Happy to report your request has been finally validated. My drivers have been informed for security reasons. Guards must always protect the coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. They've also been informed that under no circumstances should the carriage try to pass a river by boat. But always the road and bridges for the precious wood and relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. You'll find a detailed note for the entire operation attached to this letter. We are ready to go to London as soon as payment is received in full. Respectfully, Samuel Lewis, independent contractor. Ah.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Okay. Easy enough. Shield. Okay, so a sword.
I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. One last switch, and... voila.
This is a big-ass fireplace. A fantastic place to hide a secret door, I think. "12:17. An angel came to me. Blessed be to God. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground, only awaked the next night. 'You will serve me as you served your king,' said the angel before striking me with all his power. 'You'll protect this land through eons to come. For all who knew me, I would now hide and retreat. They consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God.' Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under the temple church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land must be saved. Death is everywhere, the Black Death, an epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong in the name of God. I shall smite the enemies of mankind. England shall prevail. It's almost 20 years since my fight started with the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time, the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village, in a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their share of the mortal suffering vampires. Dreadful creatures. I won't let this land collapse. Until my last breath I'll serve and protect England. Tonight in a small village of Hoddersham, I met a most delicate soul I've seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and she loved. Those killed by the new plague outbreak, without fearing for her own life. Her voice moved me, so I chose to let her live. I offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Englewood. I'm not alone anymore. Together we shall praise God in all his glory for the eons to come. My heart is breaking, my soul is bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth left me. I have taught her all I know, and she needed to know. Now she must walk her own path through the ages. This is her wish, and I will respect it. Elizabeth Englewood, my sweet daughter, is gone, for she now wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. I made her a promise. If she ever comes back to Hoddleston, she will find me there, managing the Bull Inn her parents owned before dying. William Marshall disappeared for a few times, too, now that the Black Death is no more. Until we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne, waiting for my angel to come back. The devil is at work again. The Great Plague is back, reaping thousands of lives in London. I must sell the Bull Inn and go there. Once more William Marshall shall protect the land. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me. The terrifying creature I had to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh, a walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church and set the building on fire. Without the advice of Michael, I don't know if I could have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burnt down. Ever since I have dreamt of a red flood of slaughter and rage. It's like the disaster had tainted my blood, my very soul. For the first time in centuries, I am afraid. I shall crawl back to my retreat and pray to God for mercy on my infected soul. Elizabeth came to see me. She had felt my pain and rushed to save me. My poor daughter, blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate, I bit her. She fled, shocked by my betrayal. Oh, come on, I'm reading. I laughed and cried as she cursed me. God, have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? My prayers have been heard. I have found the strength to resist the need for blood, the never-ending hunger. My poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? I've heard how you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath with this new progeny of yours. You're a victim in all this. What have I done? I swear I'll find a way to make amends for that. What I have done to you, I swear I'll only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate. The Brotherhood of St. Paul still finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. Agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church, under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against the evil creature, the Disastro, the Eater of Stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised me to come back with an answer. Primate of St. Paul wrote back to me just to name the Tier of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord, I took more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I shall repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with blood of the king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will hurt like hell when I drink the antidote, but it's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes. I finally managed to gather all the ingredients needed to concoct the Tear of Angels. Blood of the purest heart for the fortitude, blood of a king for courage, garlic essence for painful cleansing. After months of impatience, almost made mad by the hunger, I waited again and again till finally Elizabeth cautiously came to me. As promised, I had chained myself to be sure I would not attack her again. I did not recognize my sweet daughter at first, for she was only Lady Blackwood now, the dreadful mistress of the dark who took delight in slaughter and carnage in France. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had afflicted her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bite had infected her and given her the blood of hate now burning in her veins and her soul. I told her I found a cure, that I had managed to create 1 dose of the antidote. I gave it to her, to give her back her previous peaceful life. In exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intend to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary, to impeach me from feeding on any mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the Tear of Angels and left. I hope to see her soon again, cured and at peace. She came back to me finally, cured, healthy, joyful, my Elizabeth. She told me that she had drunk the antidote about a year ago in France after witnessing and taking part in the massacre of an entire orphanage caused by the blood of hate. That's when Lady Blackwood died, she said. She promised she would take care of me. God damn it, I'm still reading. That's all I ask, as I repent for all the murdered souls caused by my negligence of more than 100 years. My dearest daughter came back last week to tell me the good news. She's recently bought a castle in Scotland. She will soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide me a new retreat, far from temptation, far from the noisy, crowded cities. I can't wait to embrace the solitude, find the peace I need to refrain from killing. God, please give me the strength to resist urges during the journey from London to my new domain. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance. There I shall find peace at last with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. Oh, it's all starting to come together. So William fucked up. Are we going to meet William Marshall? Because that's kind of cool.
Drop your... thing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No, never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Puzzles, mostly.
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke.
So she's the actual progeny of
kings,
Marshall, whereas Redgrave is a fucking liar.
Of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life.
Jonathan, we just read the diary.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier.
Oh, I've come up with an antidote.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes.
We just read the diary, dude.
And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood
Fair.
rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Maybe I can give him some of mine. It seemed to have helped, William.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty echo who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then.
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
To be fair.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble
The
knight
horned
who saved
vampire
and
who gave
raised
me powers could easily have tricked him into thinking he was an angel.
Malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
I mean, I made a better one.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter.
Maybe if I can give both of you a bit of my
roamed
blood.
across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, And that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
She isn't doing anything yet. I'm sure I can talk her into, letting me cure her. We're giving her some of my blood now that the cure runs in my veins.
My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I kept it at 5. And I don't think that turning him counted because my eyes didn't change.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
I found your research on the antidote. The Tears of the Angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place.
It does.
Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once. But she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Maybe he keeps reinfecting her with just the diseases.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb.
Oh.
I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
That's where Usher Taltry was.
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too.
She dreams of running.
Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
Oh.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Did you really sacrifice yourself
to save her.
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
If I have to choose to
Why
save
not
only one, I
unleash
guess I
me
save
then?
her.
To see the sky a final time.
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord.
Oof.
Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Murden, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? Have you not betrayed me?
I had choices to make.
I forgive you, and that is my choice.
Elizabeth,
I didn't
love
betray you.
Then let me go now.
Wait! No!
Oh man, I did get bad end. I guess to get good end, I'm gonna have to go pacifist. And I'll do that for me.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung, and your path chosen. England is safe, but the cost was dire. Blood and tears, both parched by cleansing flames. You've lost your way, my champion bittersweet. I am moved to pity as I feel your rampant rage.
Because y'all talked me into killing so many people.
My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
A taste for blood. Well, that was something. So yeah. Man, it's a Victorian story about vampires. Of course it's shades of grey and grim dark and all that other stuff. Come on. It was always going to be that way. I mean, I heard there was a New Game Plus. Oh, well. Anyway. Let's see. Probably Alien Isolation will be next. Yeah, I think I'll do Alien Isolation next. That seems like a good one. It being Spooktober and all. Because yeah, I did Call of Cthulhu, I did Vampire. I'll do Alien Isolation, and then maybe possibly Sinking City after that. I have a lot of horror games, you see. I'm not sure if I'll start tonight. This was kind of a heavy game. I'll take a long break before I start, though. But yeah, I could potentially start tonight. Oh, I have plenty of time to make a decision. It's only not even 4 o'clock here, so, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk. Think about what I've just seen. Alright. I'll catch you all later. God, that friggin' violin music. I love this game. I love the grimdark. I love the shades of grey. Because I am someone who makes black and white moral choices all the time. So the shades of grey giving me such difficult things to think about, I think it's a good mental exercise. But alright, I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.